How you doing? This is Steven, otherwise known as HashGuide from thecryptos.com. In this video I'm going to show you guys how you can initialize a React Dapp with Web3, and we are going to set our accounts variable and our balance. So let's begin. I'm going to create a folder, initialize our node project. We are going to install create React Dapp. We're going to create a new React Dapp, which is going to put a new folder in for our project, and then we're going to change into that directory. We're going to install Web3 and then open our project in our IDE and begin. Before we begin, I just want to mention that looking at my YouTube channel, 98% of my views come from unsubscribed viewers. I would really appreciate it if you can smash that subscribe button right now and thumbs up. It costs nothing for you, but it helps this channel out. Don't forget to share this to any crypto community. If you're not a part of any crypto community, go on Facebook, search for Solidity groups, go on Reddit, join these communities, and when people want to ask questions, you send them to my channel. Simple as that. You help me, I help you. Over time, when the channel grows, we'll all grow together. Alright, so let's begin. Now we can add our Web3 package. And now we can open up our IDE. I use Visual Studio Code. It's free. Get the community version. You can download it. To open up code, just type code, and the period is to open up the current directory. Alright, so in a React Dapp, when you use the create React Dapp package, it's going to put all the files you need to edit in the source folder. The main file we're going to be messing with today is the app.js. This is the main component, and they render the component inside the index.js with the React DOM render method. So we can get rid of all this because I'm going to use a class component instead of a functional component. So import React and then we got import Web3. And the first thing we're going to do is we got to build up our constructor, which inside the constructor we're going to initialize the initial state of the component. Now when you build React components, the state remains within the component you build it in. There are ways to make state available to the rest or other components using higher order components or context. But for now, we're just going to keep this all within the same component. So Now when you build a constructor, you gotta start off, you gotta pass props in there, and then you get the super method with the props, and then we can initialize a state by typing this state. Alright, so the initial state, this is the Web3 object. When we initialize our new Web3, we're going to initialize it inside the state, so we can use that anywhere in our component if we really need to. Accounts, when you request accounts from MetaMask or Trust Wallet, it passes you an array. Most of the time there's only one address in that array, but it still uses an array. And balance, we're going to set the initial state as 0, and the is loading, we're going to use that for our render function, and we're going to render a span element based on whether it is loading or not. So alright, so now that we did that, the next thing we need to do is we need to build a asynchronous function to initialize Web3, and we're going to set our accounts and balance within it too. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do it the modern way with window Ethereum, and then we're going to add a if-else statement for window.web3, which is the legacy way, which, you know, some wallets may still use, unsure, but we can actually, I like to do this. Now this right here, this just prevents you from having to put this state Web3 every time. You'll see what I mean. So if window Ethereum is true, so it's going to check see if window Ethereum is available in the browser that you're using, and if it is, it's going to execute what's in these brackets right here. So if I did not add this constant right here, then I would have to write this state Web3 in order to get the Web3 object in the state. So now we got the Web3 assigned. Now we're going to get our accounts. So to do this, we gotta use a wait Web3 ETH dot request accounts is the modern way to do it, and we're gonna add it then. Alright, so when you do Web3 request accounts, it's it's got to wait for a user response. So if you don't add the await to it, it's going to come back undefined, since it's got to wait for it. It's a synchronous, without await, it's a synchronous function, so it will come back undefined. So you need to add await, therefore the function needs to be async. So when we add .then, we pass account to this set state, and then the accounts right here, and in the array, this is the spread operator, which means if there was more than one account requested or connected, then it's going to include all the accounts within that array from right here. So say you have 3 accounts connected, it will include all 3 accounts right here. If you had 1, it will include just the 1. So now we're going to get our balance. Same thing. This is going to query the blockchain, which again, it's not going to return a value right away, so it needs to use the await, the async await method. So and again, we're going to add a then function, because when we use the get balance function, it's going to return the balance in and we want it in Ether. So and then one final then. Alright, so as you can see here, we get the amount right here, and then we turn it into Ether, and then we set this set state, balance, and val. The reason why we use this set state and then we pass the object into that function is because if we use this balance equals, it's not gonna update the UI when the state is set. Using the set state function, if a value changes in the state, React automatically updates the UI for you, which is the amazing thing about React. Alright, so now this is for modern web browsers. You can add now right here, else if window web3 is true, which if you got MetaMask installed, you'll notice that if you open up your developer console, you will have window Ethereum and window web3 available to you. But if window Ethereum is located first, then it won't execute this this expression right here. So the same thing. If window web3 was available, we're gonna do but with this we use given provider. I believe. I could be wrong about that. I haven't done it this way in a while, but we can do this is the legacy method to get accounts. Now, it's not like you need the semicolons at the end of each statement, but I like to add it. And one final else if. Alright, so that should be good for a function just to get, oh, actually, once we're done loading right here, after the if statement, we are gonna this state is loading false. Alright, and now to run the init web3 function, we are going to put it in component did mount. Now, on a lot of the courses you see on YouTube and other websites right now, they all have videos made from years ago, and they will show you using component will mount, which component will mount is now unsafe and should not be used. Component did mount is the correct place to put asynchronous functions and fetches and stuff like that. So this init Web3, and now when this component mounts, when everything's finished loading, it's going to call this function. Now we can call our render function and then return, and right here we're gonna return now if it is loading, we're gonna say one thing, and then once it finishes loads, we're gonna check to see if Web3 is defined, and if it is, we're gonna display one thing, and if not, we're gonna display another thing. First of all, we're gonna put a div, because when our components, they need to be either wrapped as I forget the name of it, but they need to be wrapped. There needs to be a main component wrapping the entire. Like, you can't have multiple components without a component surrounding them all. So, and then here's we're gonna add our logic to depend if we're gonna display a loading message, or our accounts balance, or a warning saying you don't have Web3 wallet installed. So to do that, we needed to put our JavaScript code in the return function inside curly braces. So it's just an expression. So this state, so if this state is loading is false, we want to display, well, we want to check for this state. We're going to check our accounts is not equal to so if this state accounts is not if it's not initialized yet, then what we're going to do is display a message saying that you do not have Web3 installed, Web3 wallet installed. And if it is, then we're gonna show our address. And then our balance. So that's that. And now if our is loading is true, then we are gonna fix this formatting right here. So if this is true, and this should give us what we want, but you never know, there could be an error. That's the whole point of coding. Even the best coders out there are going to come up with some errors here and there. I'm not a professional coder. By day job, I'm just an automotive mechanic who dreams to be a coder, and whenever I have time, I do some learning and practicing and teaching. I find it best to teach it as I learn it, because then I can teach you guys the mistakes that I made. So let's save this and see what happens. Now we can run our Dapp by just going to the console, type in yarn or npx start, and it'll tell you all the errors you have, if you have any, and you can tackle them one at a time that way. Alright, well, the error I got was with my legacy browser. I thought I had this wrong. I forget what it normally is, but we're just going to use Windows Web3. How about that? You know that's safe. And there you go. I've already connected my wallet before, so that's why it's already reading it. But say this is your first time and you have MetaMask installed. When this opens up, it's automatically going to pop up with a MetaMask window asking you to connect your address to the Dapp, and at that point it will say, you know, the state, whatever. Actually, we'll show you right now what it'll do. See how it's saying Dapp is loading now? That's because I'm not connected to MetaMask. On Google Chrome at least it pops up right away, but if I open up my MetaMask and sign in, it's detecting it, and there you go. Now let's go to the React Dev Tools, the components, and this is all the state for the account. So let's say alright, so that's, if we go right here, the state accounts, Window Ethereum is the one I was looking for. I haven't done this in a few weeks, so bear with me, guys. So let's go back to our alright, so let's pretend like I don't have window Ethereum. So let's go like this. This is just the opposite of what I was doing. This should show you what it would say. If you do not have a MetaMask installed, it's going to ask you please install Web3 browser or wallet. So I'm going to change this back. This is what it would be if you didn't have window Ethereum available. And you can also add window Web3. That way you can check for modern and legacy. But hope you guys enjoy this video. When I get more time and it's not so late, I will create a better video with actual style, and we will include smart contracts within that video as well. Please remember, guys, I do this stuff for free. I don't get paid. Please smash that subscribe button. Share this to any crypto community that you could think of. I don't only do blockchain development courses. I also show you guys how to use certain dApps, wallets, and mining, anything. And like I said, as I get more time, as this channel becomes more successful, I'll be able to put out better and more useful content for all types of users. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed. Please make sure you smash the subscribe button, thumbs up, leave a comment, and check out my social media. Have a good one.